Oh my gosh, I played Hogwarts Legacy and as a lifelong Harry Potter fan and gamer, this game blew me away. So here's what worked and what didn't work during my hands-on preview of Hogwarts Legacy. Yo, this your boy James over XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. Special thanks to WB for sponsoring my trip to WB Studios, where I got to play and preview 2 hours of a dev-built version of Hogwarts Legacy. So this is not the final version of the game you will be getting in 2 weeks with the day 1 patch. My gameplay was broken into 3 parts, timestamps below: character customization, exploring Hogwarts, and of course the open world quest with my favorite companion, Poppy Sweeting, all captured on normal difficulty in performance mode targeting 60 FPS on the PlayStation 5. Let's quickly start with aspects of Hogwarts Legacy that I was able to confirm during my gameplay. Swimming. Swimming is actually in the game. The controls are quite simple and the same as if you're walking with L3, allowing you to speed up. You can actually summon your broom to help you get out of the water and begin flying, but it's so good to have this confirmed. Next up is climbing, another feature sought out by the Hogwarts Legacy community, now confirmed. During my Poppy quest, by tapping X, I was able to scale little cliffs and even ladders while investigating a poacher enemy camp. More on that later in the video. Another one is Animagus, confirmed. An Animagus is a witch or wizard who can transform at will into an animal, seen here as a boss-like enemy. I got so hyped when I saw them transform during my combat, but they were not easy to take down. Another new reveal is the Alohomora mechanic, an unlocking spell whose mechanics are similar but a little bit more complicated version of Skyrim's lockpicking mechanics. I honestly had trouble figuring out this controls for this feature and didn't really enjoy it as much as I'd hoped, especially with this being a spell. It didn't seem to fit in the world, in my opinion. What did work was the first part of my 2-hour gameplay preview. I had the privilege of already testing out the character creator feature in Hogwarts Legacy, thanks to Avalanche Software and WB Games sponsoring my flight out to host the first gameplay showcase. So I didn't need to spend that much time here, especially with a 2-hour limit. But this feature is deserving of your time. Avalanche Software purposely offers a myriad of options to help you, the player, get as close to bringing your Wizarding World self into Hogwarts Legacy as possible. Now, I do wish there were size options available for height and width, being a big boy myself, but an aspect of this feature that might get overlooked that I thoroughly enjoyed was the music. As a Harry Potter fan and its music, Avalanche Software somehow managed to make you feel like you're in the Wizarding World already before even making your character just with the music. And I mean, come on, seeing the XpectoGO name under a character I created to look like me in the Wizarding World, how can I not be hyped about this feature? Now, Hogwarts is where we, the players, had a little bit more freedom during the 2-hour preview. And thank God they gave us this freedom, because immediately I felt like a teen again, seeing Hogwarts for the first time in the movies. Seeing the castle in game just pulled, honestly, at my heartstrings as a longtime Harry Potter fan. Now, you see my customized character at Hogwarts rocking an amazing cape. There's 2 reasons I did this. 1, to show off the other clothing options that a robe would most likely cover up if you're interested. And 2, to test the performance mode, gauging the smoothness of movement on my cape and character while targeting 60 FPS. And can I just say, it did not disappoint, especially during broom flight. There were some visual loading issues, though, I did notice in the background during my flight, but You can see why Alan 2 game director told me during his showcase his favorite feature was flying. You really get a sense of the scale and sheer size of Hogwarts and this game overall. Not to mention the gorgeous environmental details that surrounds in the sound design, which is top notch. Just check out the ASMR videos of the past. Now, the controls for broom flight were quite simple. To summon your broom, hold L1, then tap circle if you're playing on the PS5. Now, we were playing on the PS5, so the controller we had, you really felt the haptic feedback when speeding up or even slowing down during flight. Another feature utilizing the haptic feedback on the PS5 controller was the minigame Summoner's Court. Using the Accio spell holding R2, you pull a ball into the 4 color levels to gain 4 different points, with the option of also knocking your opponent's ball off the stand so they lose points. After 3 rounds, the wizard with the most points wins. Now, there's definitely a learning curve, but I had way more fun than I expected to have, and it was a highlight of the preview that I did not expect. I didn't want it to end, honestly, and even tried to play it again. And with Gobstones and Wizard's Chest confirmed to not be in the game, sadly, Summoner's Court and other minigames will be a welcome replacement, I promise you. Speaking of minigames, the puzzles. Like minigames are so much fun and a welcome option if you don't feel like completing your main quest just yet. With both allowing you to practice spell casting outside of battle, building that muscle memory because of the established learning curve spellcasting and combat will offer during your gameplay. And yes, you can cast spells inside of Hogwarts. For example, there are a variety of puzzles that require different spells casted to unlock, hidden throughout Hogwarts itself.
Lumos. That spot must be a clue. Incendio. Leviosa.
These are just a handful of puzzles you will encounter exploring Hogwarts. Plus, don't forget Cross Wands Dueling Club in the Clock Tower of Hogwarts, where you can practice offensive and defensive strategies solo or with a partner, all within the safety of Hogwarts, honing your combat skills before you go out to the open world. And since we're on the topic of Hogwarts itself, can I just say how amazing it was to walk around it? As a huge Harry Potter fan, I've always wanted to have this experience, and Hogwarts Legacy gives all of us that option. Whether it's walking by the shelves of books just to take a peek at the restricted section in the library, or running into Peeves, who was not in the movies, but now in Hogwarts Legacy in the corridors, as he tells us how he got his hat from Headmistress Mole. Hogwarts feels so alive in this game. The chatter of students in the halls talking about classes and even asking you, the player, if you were scared during the troll attack. The echoing of the footsteps and even chatter all from a distance showcases the sheer scale of the castle. Shout out to Boston Matson, lead designer of Hogwarts. All of this mixed with the music playing in the background, with each part of the castle having their very own distinct soundtrack, with my favorite so far being the greenhouse. Now, I will say there was a couple of times I saw the same character models or design next to each other as if they were twins. This could be a way to fill up the castle grounds and corridors, but it's very noticeable. I even had issues opening doors to the castle, giving me a loading icon triggered entering its proximity. hopefully is fixed by February 7th. Our gameplay ended with a quest featuring Poppy, my favorite companion. This by far was the most exhilarating, fun, and challenging part of my hands-on preview thus far, giving us our first look at quests in the open world of Hogwarts Legacy and combat, which is slowly becoming my favorite feature in the game next to flight. With the devs bumping my player level from 2 to 19 while still on normal difficulty and performance mode settings. I just wish we could have changed my Hogwarts house. I mean, come on. I'm not a Gryffindor. I'm not. Now, our character and Poppy Sweeting are tracking down a poacher rumor simply named Horntail Hall.
Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not.
Encountering abandoned poachers' camps, centaurs, and which, in all honesty, literally made me jump. I jumped during the preview. Again, the surrounding environments are simply gorgeous, and the sound design, like the ASMR videos, are top notch. And with a ton of ingredients and chests to interact with and collect on our journey. Upon seeing the entrance to the Horntail Hall and Dark Wizard guards, the devs had us pause to inform us that we have access to 2 of the possible 4 extra spell wheels, giving us 2 ways to approach the poachers: wands blazing or stealth. I chose stealth just so you and I can see how the feature works, and just like earlier, I was not disappointed. Using the disillusionment charm on the left of the spell diamond, I was able to go invisible. Now, the spell is broken upon being seen, but while under the spell and close enough to the enemy, you can use Petrificus Totalis by pushing the square button on the PlayStation 5 controller, which freezes the enemy wizards. Even one fell off of the cliff because he was frozen. Another spell that was useful during stealth gameplay is Revelio, which reveals enemies hidden behind objects, loot, and even more. Stealth was surprisingly a lot of fun, and seeing action RPG elements through the lens of the Wizarding World just made it feel more enjoyable as a Harry Potter fan. Now, we spam stealth outside and inside the tent like Harry with his invisibility cloak, revealing a huge dragon fighting ring, to which Avalanche Software again doing a great job this time with the transitions from cutscenes to gameplay. These transitions were very seamless and didn't even interrupt the flow of my gameplay or quest storyline. Then combat. Again, slowly becoming my favorite feature because of its challenge and customization. This feature will rely on muscle memory because of the spells and their colors that you have to memorize in order to break the corresponding enemy shields. Switching between spell wheels can be another challenge because the previous spells need to cool down, which means even more spells to memorize, while figuring out when to dodge or deflect at the appropriate time. The combat mechanic, in my opinion, will either take time to pick up or you'll pick up immediately. That being said though, the feature is so smooth, especially with the PS5 controller, letting you feel every spell cast. Just listen to this.
See how you like this?
I won't let that happen again. Annoying as we.
And all of this is happening while fighting an Animagus and trying to free the Hebridean Black Dragon. I did get to use Ancient Magic twice too, which its effects is based on the enemy. But seriously, this was so much fun and a great idea and way to end all of our hands-on preview. And the fact I got to do this with my favorite classmate, Poppy Sweeting, who is a saint, made it extra sweet. After getting 2 hours for my hands-on preview of Hogwarts Legacy, I can tell you it wasn't enough. Everyone said the time flew by as if on a broom and didn't want the magic to end. And even With its little issues, Hogwarts Legacy is not only a fine addition to the Wizarding world, but also to the gaming community, having some of the best representation I've seen in the game with its character creator feature, to accurately capturing the scale and beauty of Hogwarts Castle, and even the mechanics and smoothness of combat is something to behold. Avalanche Software has captured the magic that Harry Potter created years ago and now has made their own with this game. And in just 2 weeks, we will be able to experience the magic of Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you so much to WB for sponsoring my trip and experience playing Hogwarts Legacy. Also, a special thank you to the Patronus Squad who support the channel in so many ways. If you want to see more of my exclusive 2-hour gameplay, check out these 2 videos. I hope you all have a great and magical day. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time.